Rob, tell me what you think about this. Rolex and Tudor at Watches and Wonders. It seemed like these two connected brands went in very different directions. One brand wanted to give the people what they want, and the other brand did not, I think. It's so...
It's a hot take. Tudor wore the crown this year.
Yeah.
Tudor was king. They were the big brother.
So Tudor, they think about, what has everyone been asking us?
Yeah.
They've been asking us for a Black Bay 58 GMT. They did it.
Yes.
They've been asking us for a monochrome Black Bay, not gilt accents, not blue bezel, burgundy bezel, just like a straight up desaturated limp. We got that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They've been listening to us. We wanted more meta-certified movements.
Yeah.
We got that.
How about more ladies' pieces?
Got a brand new ladies piece too.
Exactly.
And then you contrast that with Rolex, which I know a lot of my viewers, they know I like Rolex, you like Rolex, we're both Rolex owners.
Yes.
But it was almost like they go, okay, what are people asking for? People are asking for a Coke. People are asking for a Milgauss. People are asking for a 40 millimeter Explorer 2 or a White Dial Explorer 1. And what do they give us?
None of it.
None of it.
None of it. They went, no thank you. No.
They're like, let's do the solid gold deep sea.
Yes.
Like what nobody's asking for. Let's do that.
There's nobody asking for a regular deep sea, let alone a solid gold, 300, almost 400 ounce solid yellow gold deep sea. Nobody's asking.
But isn't it freaking cool though? Like you might feel differently. I think it's awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I love that they did it, to just say that they did it.
Yeah.
And I adore the shade of the hue of blue.
Yeah.
I mean, that's legit, easily one of the best blues that they've
Changing that ring lock system to be all the same color.
Yes.
Great move, I think.
Like, if it was a yellow sub in that, okay, let's talk, okay? But the deep sea is crazy.
Yeah, in fact, Rolex did not release anything. They one model under $40,000. Only one model. Everything else was over $40,000. You know, on up very high amounts. It's almost like, I don't know, why do you think the two brands that are connected went in such different directions? Or do you not agree with that take?
No, so they totally did. I mean, we've heard this. I think you've touched on it in a number of videos. I truly think that Rolex is slowly creeping up the ladder just ever so slightly. They're not going to go JLC and just do something stupid like 40% price increases next year, you know, year to year.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to incrementally, just like the way that they do design, right?
Yeah.
So that's often what they get criticized for, but at the same time, they still fly off the shelves. They'll just change something ever so slight year by year without making a huge departure. That's what they're doing with their pricing, and they're just going to creep up.
So you're foreseeing them doing maybe in the future mostly precious metal, mostly kind of higher end, higher price type of products, and then the everyday sport enthusiast that can afford a sub $10,000 watch. We're going to be the minority base of this company for customers. Is that what I'm hearing from you?
I seriously see them going that way, because think about all these releases that they're doing the past couple of years, you know, where they're making the biggest splashes.
Yeah.
They are in the high-end zone, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, they're doing their first display case back, which is stupid in and of itself that was such a big deal. Yeah. But on a platinum Daytona, you know, like... To get a clear case back, you got to get a platinum Daytona.
Yeah, or like an old Cellini or something.
Yes,
like, there have been a couple.
Oh yes,
very few though.
Yes, I forgot about that. Some of those, yes, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it is very much like we are pushing everything higher and higher, and the regular everyday sports pieces are creeping up higher and higher and higher. And so that's what they're doing.
Are they, conversely, is Tudor taking maybe a previous Rolex consumer that wanted Explorer and Submariner and GMT Master 2 and trying to pull them into their brand? And are they going to be raising prices? Or, what do you think about how they tie into the equation?
I think that they're going to have a wide margin between, say, like the 3. I could see them getting up into the 8s and to the 9s at the very, very high. Now that's later down the road. Sure. I think for the time being, they're going to be in like the 3 to 6, 3 to 7 range, in that range, and they're going to be perfectly fine, just killing it. Yeah. Whether you like it or not, they have kind of replaced what Rolex used to be.
They kind of have.
Yeah.
And you could also make the argument that at least with the Black Bay, that's more of a faithful in feel to the original Submariners from the 1950s when it comes to the aluminum, and they feel more like a retro watch and not a sleek, shiny, contemporary, beefy looking Submariner like what Rolex is doing today, where there's a lot of ceramic and lacquered elements and stuff. The Tudor Black Bay feels like kind of the original diver intent from the brand all those decades ago. And I think there's something positive to be said about that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people their products resonate with a lot of people because they are giving them what their customer base wants. Yeah. They don't turn away their customers every year and go, no, you want the wide dial Explorer? No.
Here's a mother of pearl Daytona with diamonds.
Exactly.
You can get that.
Exactly. No, for years, people are going, please, just give us a Black Bay GMT. Yeah. I don't want the regular GMT that's like 17 mil thick. Yeah. I want something that's right there, in the 13 range. Boom, here you go. Yeah. There you go.
And it looks really good, I think. I was a little surprised with the color combination.
Yes.
They went Coke.
Yep.
The added gilt to it. Kind of like a caffeine-free Diet Coke.
Caffeine-free Diet Coke, yes. That better take off. I better start seeing some caffeine-free Diet Cokes. It's not the Coke you wanted all the time.
But it's the Coke you get.
Hey, if you're at the barbecue, you want a Coke, and that's all that's left in the cooler, you're going to drink it. That's it.
So here's another question for you, Rob. With the new monochrome Black Bay 41 that they've come out with, it I think looks fantastic. Subtle sunray dial, desaturated lume. Do you think that's going to eat sales away from the Submariner, the 124060, like the Note 8 Sub?
Yeah, I really do.
Because it's very Submariner-like in terms of the color. Yep. You got the adjustability and the glide lock. The T-fit versus glide lock.
Yeah, if you went to somebody and you told them you can get 85% of the Sub for half the price, and then why don't you throw on an Omega, or throw on another Tudor or something, Go buy a couple micro brands, have a whole collection.
You could buy 2 Tudors for the price of 1 Submariner.
Right.
And they're extremely similar. I know water resistance is going to be a little bit different.
Yep.
Aluminum versus ceramic, but I mean, for all intents and purposes.
Can you get your Sub with a rubber strap option?
No.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, there are things that the Tudor does that are arguably better because maybe you don't want the oyster bracelet. Maybe you don't want the 5-link bracelet. You want the rubber option with the integrated look.
Yeah.
There you go.
To not give Tudor too much credit, though, I think there have been a growing base of consumers that are tired of the faux rivets.
Yes.
But they're still hardline on that. Like there's the new releases that came out, they're still doing that. So I want to give Tudor some love, but at the same time, they're not listening and giving us everything that we have been asking for and wanting.
Fair. That's a fair critique. I do think that the anti-rivet club, it's like, I don't know, of all the things to complain about,
it's very, very minor.
Very, very little.
It should not be a deal breaker, but at the same time, it's like, hey, we can make the product a little bit better if we just lose the fake stuff.
Exactly. Now, again, I go back to, if you don't like the rivets, you've got fabric straps, you've got leather straps, you've got rubber, you've got all these options.
The 5-link doesn't have it.
The 5-link, I cannot say how much I love that that strap.
Yeah. I hope it expands. We saw that they put it on their pink chronograph.
Yeah.
So, I mean, expand it out on all the versions of that chronograph.
They would be dumb not to have the 5-link available on every product.
Yeah. Put it on the GMT.
Everything.
I think that would be a great thing too.
Put it on ladies' watches, put it on men's watches. That bracelet. I mean, the Jubilee is my favorite bracelet. Outside of maybe the President, but that Rolex does.
Yeah.
And the 5-link with the T-fit is freaking amazing.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to wrap my head around this company, how they're going in different directions,
Right.
how I like what a lot of Rolex is doing, but realistically, is it going to affect my life? Am I going to be offered a Daytona with diamonds and a mother of pearl and whatnot? Like, am I shopping for a Sky Dweller on a Jubilee right now? No, I'm probably more of the Tudor clientele at the moment, where I'm going to go, hey, I want to go see that monochrome, and maybe I can show my wife this new ladies piece too. And I think I'm kind of gravitating toward Tudor more at the moment, and I don't know, maybe.
No,
I feel similarly.
I totally agree. When I saw the ladies' pieces, I was really excited because if you can get your significant other even remotely interested, how much better is your life, right? How much better is life when you see her enjoying her Tudor and you and your Tudor, right? Yeah. So little things like that, like it's just. I mean, with Rolex, you know, you've got the ladies' date justs and whatnot. They're great and all.
But if the person is not, like my wife is not interested in watches, so do I want to spend 12 grand?
Precisely.
But I could spend 2 grand.
And get her a nice watch.
Yeah.
With some, you know, some cachet in the watch world. And it's like, oh, my husband bought me this, you know, my boyfriend, whatever, you know. And it's like, it's a nice watch.
Yeah.
And so I'm with you. I think they're appealing to the masses. They want to say, look, we're trying to get something for everybody. You know, you don't have to spend $45K on a watch.
Right, and conversely, they're also going a little upscale with their full gold Black Bay 58. That's, I think, their most expensive piece to date.
Yeah, which, by the way, kudos to the guy or gal that buys that.
Yeah.
I would love to know what in the world they're doing. A $34,000 Tudor Black Bay.
Right.
There's no denying it's good looking.
Well, maybe they already have several precious metal Rolex pieces, and
That's
they're just
true.
like, hey, this looks good.
Yeah,
Like,
and it does. Don't get me wrong. It's freakishly good.
green and gold looks good.
I love it. But when I saw the price, I did get a little sticker shock of like, do you understand what you can get for $34,000? You know, or whatever it was. Like, that's a sizable chunk.
Yeah. So my own take, Rob, Tudor smashed it. They did really well. Rolex, on the other hand, I love that ridiculous solid gold deep sea.
You can have it.
You know,
you can have it.
I mean, I'm not as excited about their releases because it seems like it's going to affect me less and less. As the years go on, maybe I'm being left behind a little bit.
Oh, the big, you know, splash that was under 40K is a parts bin watch. Okay? They took the bezel from the two-tone.
Yeah.
They
and
took
the solid gold.
they took that. Then they took the green from the Sprite and the regular case.
Yeah, from
any other watch. Like, it's a parts bin watch, and that's the big splash that's under 40K. Tell me that's not a punt. Tell me they didn't just go, nah, we'll get to the Coke later.
Right. Well, at the same time, if you went down to our authorized dealer and said, put me on the list, I want that watch, are you going to get one within the next year?
Nope.
Like, even though it's an attainable price, it's not necessarily an attainable watch.
No, it's still made of unobtainium. I know, because I've been there.
You waited like 5 years.
I've been on the list, okay? So when people talk to me about, oh, you'll never get it, like, there's a chance that you might get it.
Yeah, you're like, I got a good one.
Yeah, but you're going to have to wait. You have to be patient. You have to play the games. You have to build the relationship. It's possible, but it is not going to happen anytime soon, even with it being an obtainable price.
Yeah. So, Tudor, awesome.
Yes.
Rolex, still awesome, but...
Awesome in a different way.
Awesome in a different way, yeah.
Right?
That's a good way
Just
to put it.
because they're awesome in a different way doesn't mean that it's bad.
Yeah.
Right? There is a space for a mother of pearl, platinum, Daytona, or whatever. Like, that's great. It's just not something...
It's limited.
Yeah, it's very limited.
Yeah.
It's good eye candy. Maybe you see it in a magazine, or maybe in an AD, years down the line or whatever. But other than that, it's just something to look at on the internet.
I agree with you.
That's it.
Okay, sweet.